Hello everyone, I'm Nancy and welcome back to my channel.
So guys, this is part 2 of painting a portrait of Bharatnatyam dancer. If you guys haven't watched part 1, in which I have shown you how to start the painting and how to paint the facial features and the skin, you can check out the video by clicking on the I button, or you can also watch it from the link that is given in the description. So in this part we are gonna paint the saree and complete the background. For making realistic fabric, we have to look at every single folds. In this painting, both the folds and the plaits of the saree. So make sure to trace everything, including areas of highlights and the shadows, carefully in the first step. And then apply the base layer. In this layer, just apply the colors in abstract way. No need to worry about blending. Just apply the dark colors for the shadows, light color for the highlights, and the main color of the fabric. For the abstract painting, you can paint like this with more shades of color without blending, but here we are going to blend everything in the second layer. It's already looking good, and now we can classify the areas where the shadows and the highlights are. We are going to blend everything to make sure it looks realistic. I'm going to paint in sections. It will be easier to paint in section. So now for the sections like this, in which shadows are more than the base color, I'm going to start painting with the dark colors, blending in and slowly shifting to lighter colors. Then I will use the lightest shade and the white for the highlights. In second section, shadow area is smaller, so I'm starting with the mid-tone and using various colors to blend it and make sure it doesn't look plain, to give it depth. And then I'm blending it with the darker color and making the shadows, and also using black for the darkest area to make the depth. And lastly, use lighter color and the whites for making highlights. You have to blend it very well. Don't worry about applying multiple layers or doing it multiple times. It's all about practice. Now blend the lightest color and apply the white for the highlights. Everything will come together and look amazing. And this way we can complete the fabric. As you can see, it looks like a real satin cloth. And similarly, we will do the other sections of the saree also. You can see each and every plates, every fold. You have to be patient for painting the fabrics and the saree like this, and then we will start working on the blouse. So this saree has multiple colors, so I'm using magenta as a common color in every shade, just to make sure every color comes together perfectly. So for the blouse and other parts of the saree, I am using the same method. I am painting a base layer with a flat brush, using the base color, highlights and the shadows, and then going in with a smaller brush to add details and blend everything together. So before painting the background, I am just making the borders around the painted areas so that I don't mess up the whole drawing while painting the background. So I'm going to draw a vintage background. So for that also I'm just going in with first layer, and then I will use this type of glue. It's a drawing glue. When you are painting and you don't want color in few particular places, you can just apply the gum in those places, and when you are done painting, just peel that off and everything will be perfect. I have applied it in the places that I have already painted before, and also around the portrait, so I will know the outline. For this type of portrait, you just have to blend the colors in this type of motion, as you can see in this screen. And then for the background I am going in with the darkest shade of brown. It is a vintage background, so I am using yellow, brown and some muddy tones. You can use this trick, or you can make this type of background with any type of color like shade of blue or shades of pink. So I'm using this masking tape and applying it in few more areas that could get ruined when I paint the background. I have already applied drawing gum, but it's just an extra protection that I want to take because I don't want to ruin my painting that I'm working for days and weeks. So basically for this type of background, start with the darkest shade in the outermost corner and then start shifting the colors lighter and lighter as you move towards the center. And now for the fun part, just remove the tape and the drawing gum. Let me show you. Oh my god, the background looks amazing. And now we have to work on the other parts of the sari. So from my experience I have learned that if you want to do a simple background like a plain background, you should do it before painting the main object, and when you are going a little crazy with the background, you should paint the background first and then go in with the main object. So I think I should have done the background before starting the painting, but it turned out amazing and I'm happy with it. Now I am going to paint the drapes of the sari. So I have already shown you the process. Just make sure to be patient and take your time in making every detail, every place, and now enjoy the time lapse. Now when you know how to make the folds, the drapes and everything, you can add some extra details like the threads. So for that I am just painting the whole drapes and folds firstly, and then with the lighter shade that I want, I am making every single thread and details. I am using the smallest brush and I am applying the color in one direction, and also in few places I am using the crisscross method. And then to blend it all together, I will use the color that suits the surrounding the best, and make sure to add more water to make it less pigmented. In this way you can blend it all and you will see the threads and the details. It will look so beautiful. For such art tutorials, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Instagram. It's Anna Arts World. You will see my every artwork there. And now let's watch the time lapse. So as you can see, we have completed vintage background along with the sari in this video. In next part, that is going to be a final part, we are going to cover the jewelries and other details. So for that I am just applying a base layer with beautiful fuchsia color. Mix more water in the color to make it translucent so that you can see the designs underneath it. In next part we are going to paint the designs with beautiful gold color. So stay tuned, like the video, comment down below, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.